What's up everyone, it's Coffee Talk Esports, and today we're going to cover the World's 2023 knockout stage. More specifically, we're going to give you guys a short rundown on everything you should know before watching this exciting part of the tournament where the world champion will be crowned. Before we get started, if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, since it will mean a ton to us as a channel just trying to grow. Anyways, let's get started on World's 2023 knockout stage, where we will talk about the bracket format, the first round matchups, and the narratives given to us as fans. I have been personally watching each region, and I can tell you, this part of the tournament will be an interesting one. There are 8 teams in the bracket who all qualified from the Swiss stage. This knockout stage is going to be a double elimination, so expect a ton of exciting games and revenge stories. The first round is set so that the teams that went 3-0 in the prior stage, Gen G and DDG, play against the teams that went 3-2 winning their elimination game, BLG and KT. And teams that went 3-1 in the Swiss stage are placed against other teams that either went 3-1 or 3-2. These teams are drawn by DRX Barrio, and this is what we mean.
We'll find out later.
I just don't want to pull 2-1 against Energy because I hear their mid laner is a genius.
Faker versus Halo Faker?
Alright. 3-0 teams first, so. GG or Genji?
It better be one of them.
This table is breaking. Genji, okay, the draw.
So the first matchup we have is JDG versus KT Rolster. JDG being the favorites to win Worlds, the winners of MSI 2023, and winners of the both LPL Spring and Summer splits. There's not much to say about this team other than watch out. Their ADC, Ruler, deal with missing is an absolutely unstoppable bot lane that can carry whenever. In the mid lane, you have the quote-unquote international choker, Knight. This international choker title was beholden upon him on forums such as Reddit because of his former international tournament placings. However though, I'm not sure if they'll say the same if he wins Worlds on top of MSI this year. We'll see though. In the jungle, we have Kanavi, who may be their weakest link. Still a stud in the jungle, but analyst Monte Cristo said that if there's one person who loses JDG's games, it's Kanavi. And I personally agree with that. But who knows, he might prove me wrong. Lastly, we have arguably the best tank player in the world, 369. Even against hard counters, multiple ganks, he comes out strong, and it seems like this guy can never lose lane. He has a superpower where he does well in lane even as a tank, and absolutely carries later teamfights, protecting Ruler and Knight. So yeah, this team is definitely something to be scared of. Now on the other side of this matchup, we have KT Rolster, which is the 3rd seed from the LCK. Let's start with their duo bot, with their Aiming and Lehens. Aiming being arguably the best player on the team, he has a huge role to fulfill if they are going to send JDG to the lower brackets. On top of this, Lehens, the former Gen G support, has to show the world Gen G made a mistake getting rid of him. Lehens is also well known for playing unique pocket picks, such as Spellbook Singed, so watch out for potential tomfoolery as well. In the mid lane, we have BDD, another former Gen G player, a veteran with many LCK split titles under his belt, attempting to bring home his first Worlds trophy. Despite his many showings in international play, he has yet to take home a title. With his world-renowned Azir, let us see what we can bring to the table in this matchup. In the jungle, we have Cuz, who has been playing excellent this split in the LCK. We may see his Viego being pulled out, or his Sejuani, which he played in most in the LCK summer split. Now lastly, we have their top laner Keen, who is a really good laner and can teamfight well. We can expect him on champs such as Cassante, Gnar, and Renekton, but maybe we might see him on his pocket picks like Quinn or Ryze again. KT as a whole are going to have to play with immense teamwork if they're going to try to take down the #1 LPL seed. In our next matchup, we have Gen G, the #1 LCK seed, against the 2nd seed from LPL, Bilibili. Now this matchup is an absolute banger for Worlds, and here's why. Bilibili destroyed Gen Z and MSI with a fast 3-0, shocking fans across the globe. BLG played phenomenal as well, as their players not only held their own but exceeded expectations. Their top laner Bin, who can diff almost anyone in lane, and his signature pick Jax is something to look out for. I mean, seriously, do not give him Jax. Their jungler, Sun, is always a consistent player, finding unique gank angles, and well as Yugao, who is someone you can rely on to perform. Now their bot lane, ELK and On, is absolutely explosive. These are the players you want with a lead, as shown previously against Gen G. This bot lane is aggressive in lane, and more times than not, limit testing their abilities to get kills. We can expect a good run from them, and I am excited to see another match against JDG because it seems as if JDG is their kryptonite. On the other side of the matchup, we have Pace, the rookie ADC who took over Ruler's spot with big shoes to fill. Perhaps his nerves got to him in the first international tournament, but how he will be able to respond is the real question. After winning back-to-back splits with his bot lane duo Delight, let's see how they combat the aggression from BLG's duo. In the mid lane, we have the best CSer for sure, and maybe even laner, Chovy. Given the nickname Chokey for his chokes in the finals, can he finally win a World's Championship this year? Before we get too far down the line, let's see how he can perform against a Gao in the opening matchup and the lane advantages he can acquire. Now in the jungle, we have Peanut, who is a consistent engager and frontline. Lastly, we have Dorn in the top lane, who seems very inconsistent. This is an important matchup to look out for because against Bin, these tiny mistakes will not be forgiven. Not by Bin and surely not by his team, but let's see if BLG can repeat history or if Gen G can get their revenge. Next, we have LNG, a team that almost slayed the Giants, JDG in the LPL 2023 Summer Finals, only nearly losing in the Game 5 of the finals. They are now drawn against T1, the number 2 LCK seed, with a ton of history at international play. What an absolute banger. With world-renowned players like Scout and Gala, I can't wait to see how they perform again in an international tournament. The ADC Gala, who has many MSI trophies on his shelf, has yet to obtain a world title. And no, do not give Gala Kaisa, he's too clean with it. And with Scout, who has experienced winning worlds of EDG, maybe this team has enough firepower to win it all. LNG's top laner Zika has been an underrated star with his clean and stable laning and team fighting skills. Their jungler Tarzan, who we know has incredible talent, has been looking a little lackluster in the previous stages, so hopefully we can see him return to his old glory. Lastly, their support Hung, who came over from FPX as an absolute maniac, engaging at the most unexpected times and kind of weaves around the fine lines of inting. This LNG team has been relatively untalked about, and let's see if they can make a wave in the water. They really do have the talent to win this world, but can they utilize their individual talents efficiently is the real question. Against them, we have the world-famous T1 team, led by the GOAT Faker. Faker's, Faker. Not much to say other than you should know him and know he definitely has the capability of winning worlds. Despite his hand injury previously in the split, it seems now he is fully recovered and ready to make noise. In the top lane, you have Zeus, Dinar, and Jace God, who, not gonna lie, did not look like himself in MSI. Let's see if he can shake off those nerves as he go against not only Zika, but Bin369 and other highly skilled top laners. Next in the jungle, we have Owner, who is an aggressive jungler, but sometimes that can backfire. Make sure to keep an eye out on how he threads the line between success and failure as he plays his early games. Let us also observe how he engages in teamfights, since that seemed to be one of his strengths. Lastly, with the support Keria and ADC Gumasi. Given another chance to win worlds, Keria is here. Keria has been making some incredible plays throughout his career, and let's see if he can recreate that in his tournament. When Faker was injured and replaced by Poby, the team seemed to fall in disarray. During this time of disarray, Guma seemed to be the only light shining as he was the only player actually performing. Guma is a strong laner and great team fighter, so let's see how he matches up against other opponents. One strong strength about T1 is that they are consistently pushing their advantages and are comfortable closing out games. We will see if T1 can display peak form and win this world, or if they will fall short. The last matchup, we have Weibo Gaming from the Chinese region LPO facing against the number 1 seed from North America. Yes, you heard that right, NRG Gaming. Now in Weibo, we have Xiaohu in the mid lane, who is an incredible player. We saw him win MSI in previous years, and similar to Gala, will he be able to win worlds for the first time? And will we get to see his world-renowned Tristana as well? Those are just some questions for him. In the bot lane, we have Light and Crisp, who are dependable laners utilizing their teamwork well. If given a lead, Light can surely carry as he plays team fights exceptionally well. In the jungle, we have Weiwei, who is probably the most underrated jungler in my opinion. He is so consistently good and is knowledgeable about the game where he invades and ganks at perfect timings. The fact that he does not get enough attention is insane, and I hope he can make a name for himself here. In the top lane, we have the Shy, another notable player with exceptionally high highs. However, he is the player that can throw games and leads, as he is the one that sometimes just limit tests for no reason, resulting in dying at the worst times. So will we see the peak Shy, who is the best top lane in the world, or will he see his lows? In general, a strength for Weibo is that they seem to be JDG's kryptonite. So if they see them in the final, maybe Weibo can win this all. However, they gotta get there first, so this team must all be performing in unison if they're going to try to win worlds. On the other hand, we have NRG, formerly known as CLG, who just got bought out. Now this is insane to me. North America really is better than EU, I guess, but wow, no one imagined NRG coming this close to a world championship. Although their path is arguably the easiest, who's to take away from the success? In the top lane, you have Dokla, who is very versatile and can play carries to tanks. In the jungle, you have Contracts, who has been playing out of his mind recently. His teamfighting and skirmishes are especially something to be noted for. If NRG is to continue this miracle run, Contracts must put on a spectacular performance. Now in the mid lane, we have Palafox, or some might call him Palafaker. He's a solid laner with high highs and low lows. Sometimes he can look lost, so hopefully we don't see that side of him. Lastly, in the bot lane, we have FBI paired up with Ignore. This bot lane has been performing out of their minds lately, just absolutely shitting on Hans Sama and Mickey in the previous match. Just like Contracts, we hope to see this dominance and consistent performance throughout this tournament for them as well. Either way, we'll see if the NA hype is real or if their path was just, easy. Well, that is all 4 matchups in the first round of the knockout stage. I hope we covered everything that you needed to know about, not only the first round matchups, but some of the individual backgrounds of the teams and players as well. If you guys liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. On top of this, please leave me some comments down below so I can know what I need to improve upon and just know what you guys liked as well. We check each and every comment and we have implemented the ideas that you guys have suggested. So thank you so much if you made it this far into the video, and I will see you guys next time.